Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's live stream on the channel. NASCAR 06 Total Team Control once again. It is the next race of the Craftsman Truck Series season. It is race number 11 of 25 as we're closing in on the halfway point in a season-long points format. Coming into today's race, it is going to be an interesting one because this is where the comeback has to start for Ron Hornaday if he's going to want to win yet another Truck Series championship. 15 races to go in the season heading into tonight's race at the Milwaukee Mile. 200 laps, 200 miles in the Milwaukee 200 will be set on tap. Ron Hornaday has a 302-point deficit, 2 points leader Ricky Craven, who is coming in off a win in the last race. 10th in points is where Hornaday sits after being second in points just 3 races ago. 77 points out of first. It has been a fall from grace over the last few races. The finishes in the last few races have obviously not been good. 25th place finish at Michigan last week. Earlier in the week, a 32nd place finish at Texas, and the week before that at Dover, a 20th place finish, leading a combined 1 lap over the last 3 races as well. Can he turn it around today and finally get back to his winning ways, or at least a consistent solid point stay to try and inch himself forward in the championship hunt? We'll find out at the end of the 200 laps and 200 miles tonight. Like and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content as we get into tonight's full race live stream. Realistic commentary as we do on the daily, this one video game edition, of course. As far as tonight's race goes, no practice, no qualifying entering this one, and it is for a reason why I did not qualify. I want to start at the back, take things a little slow, getting my way through the field. Obviously, this is probably going to be a very difficult racetrack to pass, but at the same time, the reason why I'm starting at the back is to really get a feel for the race truck and not really rush things today like I have been in recent races that I have not won in all 3 series on this game. So let's hope for the best, and hopefully that strategy and tactic works out today. Billy Carjoy, Rod G, and Joshua Rumsey, thanks for tuning in to the stream. First in the chat down below, Wade Selinsky as well. And let's get tonight's race of the Milwaukee Mile underway. Short track racing on a Thursday night on the channel. And it'll be Todd Kluver on the pole in the 50 truck for Rush Fenway Racing. Asai Z, welcome to the stream as well. And Hornaday dropping back already at the start of today's race. It'll be interesting to see how many pit stops we're going to see today. I'm going to guess either 1 or 2 stops, but not entirely sure, at least for the start. One truck nearly gets turned going into turn 3. Hornaday slams on the brakes, locking the tires up to keep from running into the back of anybody. Very close call, and we nearly saw an opening lap accident on the backstretch heading towards turn 3. The 153 truck will lead the opening lap of the race at the front of the field. Nearly 3 wide off the exit of turn 2. Not quite going to take it. 30 truck of Chafin. Seth Thomas, welcome to the stream. Doc 50 driver's points? No. We don't need that. Kevin Harvick towards the back. He has not had great runs this season. One of the best races he has had was on a flat short track at Martinsville. We'll see how the Milwaukee Mile will do it for him. A little bit of team orders to allow Hornaday to clear the 92 car, truck rather, of Hornaday. And Hornaday will complete his first pass of the race. Make that 2 passes into turns 1 and 2. Will make a pass as well. It's going to be a fight for the bottom, primarily one groove racetrack. This is almost a much narrower version of the New Hampshire Motor Speedway, essentially. Just a 1 mile flat racetrack. It's just more narrow because of the inside and outside wall. I mean, just plain and simple, there's not as much of a width from the wall on the outside and the inside of the racetrack compared to New Hampshire, especially in the backstretch. Hornaday on the inside. Trying to make some clean passes through the field. He is getting squeezed quite a bit on the back straightaway. And he's going to outbrake a truck into turn 3. Truck is handling pretty good in the opening laps. Hoping there is not going to be a stack up in front of him again like there was on that opening lap. A lot of trucks still 2x2 from the start of this race. There's a little bit of contact off the exit of turn 2. A little bump and run from Hornaday. Gains another position out of it. Overdrives turn 3 on entry. Might give up the bottom lane to the 119 truck, and he does. And now Hornaday stuck on the outside off the exit of turn 4 and down the front straightaway. Mark DeMars, Billy Kramer. I see you guys in the chat as well. Welcome in. Racing Daytona is Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Forza tonight. 100 laps. Well, hopefully you have more success with Dale Jr. in Daytona than what I had last night, because that was rough. Hornaday still stuck on the outside lane, desperately trying to get down to the bottom off the exit of turn 4. Not quite going to get there yet. The truck underneath him, he's really trying to squeeze him. He's going to back out of line and hop in to the bottom lane once again after losing 2 positions over the last lap. The trucks in front of him are definitely giving him the outside lane. It's not where Hornaday wants to be, and he's going to go really wide into turn 3. As a result, gets down to the bottom in the middle of the corner, though, and hangs on to 33rd. I think Allmendinger's going to sweep Road America this weekend. That'd be impressive, especially considering he's not a Cup regular, too. I wonder if anybody's ever done that on a road course. I feel like if somebody did, it was probably Tony Stewart. Because Gordon never really raced any Busch races when he was in the Cup Series, and he won a lot of them. Maybe Ambrose? Ambrose might have done it at Watkins Glen once. They kind of sandwiched between a couple trucks right now. He's down on that bottom lane heading towards turn 3. Really with a defensive line on the truck that was in line behind him. Hornaday did not want to get shuffled back to the outside lane again. One of his rivals on the outside. So the 6 of Hornaday wants to get underneath for that reason, but it doesn't look like he is going to be able to make it 3 wide. It'll be side by side, and it'll be underneath one of his rivals into turns 3 and 4. Tight squeeze, but Hornaday keeps it out of the grass on the inside, keeps it off the truck on the outside, and clear off turn 4. A little bit of a block from top to bottom on the front straightaway, trying to hold his track position in 27th. Seth Thomas is playing NASCAR Heat 5 tonight, second at Martinsville. 3 wide into turn 3. Big dive by Hornaday. Caution's out on the raceway. And that is the first caution of the night. That did not take long. And it's the points leader. Ricky Craven spinning off of turn 4. Looked like he got back into the gas maybe a little too soon. And the rear tires spun out from underneath him and hits the inside wall head on. Problems for points leader Ricky Craven, and that is huge. Again, only 15 races left on this season-long points format. Hornaday's going to stay out of the pits here, keep his track position. Ariel Diaz, welcome from Brazil. Michael Turner, see you in the chat as well. Welcome to the stream. Oh, you start second. Gotcha. You did say start second. I just didn't read that in the chat. Green flag back in the air. Single file restart. Hornaday worked himself up to 25th already in the opening 15 laps of this race. That inside wall on corner entry into turn 1 makes turns 1 and 2 feel a lot tighter than what it actually is, especially when you're side by side. Chase Montgomery in the 18 truck will take his first lead of the race into turns 3 and 4 following the restart. It's exactly what he needed. Wonder if Ricky Craven's still in the race after that single car spin off turn 4. Odd area of the racetrack to lose it on your own. On a flat track nonetheless. I could see if there was banking losing it off the exit of the corner like he did, but that wasn't the case. Hornaday going to be on the outside towards turn 3. Really squeezed one of the trucks underneath him. Hornaday keeps it off the wall. He's still stuck on the outside lane, though. I think he's got a little bit better straightaway speed than the truck underneath. I don't know that he's going to be able to complete this pass up high, though. He's hanging on strong for the moment. Nobody has ever started at the rear of the field and has won a truck race at Milwaukee, so Hornaday trying to be the first tonight. And he's going to have to get down to the bottom as soon as possible because he was able to hang on the first couple laps on the outside after the restart. And now he's kind of slowly going backwards once again. overall, he's still not doing a terrible job by any means. He's a lot tighter to the truck on the inside this time. Couldn't hold the gas, so off turn 4, and in the wall he goes. A little bit of a tap. Nothing major. At least he's able to get to the bottom, but he has definitely lost some positions. And he overdrove turn 1, almost gave the bottom right back up again. Lost 1 spot since the restart so far is the 6 of Hornaday. Milwaukee back to the Truck Series in 2022. Is this true? Or are you hoping that that's the case? That'd be pretty cool. I know they tried to bring IndyCar back a couple years ago. Oh, no, it was ARCA. That's right. They brought ARCA back a couple years ago. Hornaday with the pass. Side drafts the truck on his outside off the exit of turn 2 as well. At least he's able to get back down into the bottom lane. And clear. All the trucks in front of the 6 of Hornaday holding that inside lane. Hornaday overdrives the corner, slams into the outside wall. I was wondering if that was going to happen tonight. Especially being side by side in turns 1 and 2. And I think that truck behind him is upset. The 164. That was a pretty good look into the outside wall for both race trucks. Somewhat slow. Yeah, there is one truck on pit road that must have blew an engine a little while ago. Surprised Hornaday didn't lose many more positions than what he already did. No Torres, welcome to the stream. This isn't the Do It for Dale series tonight. Truck racing with Ron Hornaday. Bump and run by Hornaday. Starting to be a little more aggressive and trying to make these passes. Maybe getting a little restless after that mistake that he made a couple laps ago. And was doing a lot better before that first caution came out and the field got bunched back together with the restart. Probably going to have to go back to being patient again once he catches more trucks in front of him. We'll take our first field pass of the, or sorry, our first alternating through the different camera angles today. We'll take the field pass not too long after this. I have to say, Hornaday's truck, since the hit into the outside wall a couple laps ago, has definitely tightened up, especially in this dirty air and heavy traffic in front of him. Closes in on another one of his rivals in the 117. It's all over the back bumper of him, looking towards turn 3. A 117 truck going to throw a little bit of a block. He's going to crowd Hornaday into the corner. I'm going to sit behind him for a little bit. Try to go back to being patient. He knows it's a long race, and he's willing to take the whole race to get to the front, especially with the 99 of Ricky Craven already having an issue today. Hendrick fans, welcome to the stream. Great corner by Hornaday. Gets into the 117. Gets into him again for extra measure, just trying to make the pass on his rival. Maybe not the best way to get around a rival with the bump and run, but Hornaday just wanted to pass him and get away from him as soon as he possibly could. That was his tactic there. He was being patient for a little bit, and then he realized, well, if I'm going to get around him, that's going to be the way I'm going to have to do it. All right to do that, I guess, on a truck from time to time. But you better hope he can get away from him, and it's going to be hard to do that with the heavy lap traffic right in front of the 6 of Hornaday. A lot of side-by-side traffic in front of him right now, and Hornaday gets to the inside. It's going to be 3 wide off the exit of turn 2. Still 3 wide into turn 3. Hornaday holds his own down on the bottom. He's going to pick up not 1 but 2 positions in the middle of the corner and also pulls to the inside of the 04 truck of Bobby Hamilton Sr. as well. Got to make sure not to overdrive turns 1 and 2 this time. Hornaday going up the track, trying to side draft the 04 just a little bit more in the center of the corner. Gets a good drive off, and now may get underneath the 10 truck of Terry Cook as well into turn 3, and that will be the case. And Hornaday is going to clear Cook off the exit of turn number 4, 32 laps in, and he's cracked the top 20 for the first time. Felt like there's some contact somewhere behind Hornaday. I didn't see it happen in front of him. Oh, you're the Think Bros. All right. Well, welcome into the stream. Welcome back. Definitely remember you from before. Dale Sr. did bump and run. Yeah, he approved. Stephen McPeak, welcome to the stream. Of course, this is the same paint scheme. Similar, at least. Good wrench black scheme. Made famous by Dale Jr. This is similar to Harvick's scheme in this era, though. That Hornaday is racing with. That was a big dive into 1 and 2 underneath Deborah Renshaw, but it's going to work, and Hornaday completes the pass off turn 2 for 16th. Slowly starting to get a little bit better. It's almost like he's getting better as the run carries on. Nobody pitted during that first caution earlier, except for maybe Craven, who was involved in the accident. Stephen McPeak, welcome to the stream. Doing the full Xfinity race on NASCAR Heat Ultimate Edition Talladega. Good luck getting to the end of that one. Hopefully you can make it without getting caught up in the big one. I'm surprised we didn't have a single big one last night in the Pepsi 400 at Daytona, and we finished the race on an 83-lap green flag run to the finish, despite having 4 cautions in the first half of the race. I'm starting to file back out just a little bit again. Definitely the longest of the 2 green flag runs today. The first yellow came out back at lap 13. We'll alternate through the different drivers throughout the field for the first time, and first we're going to check out the 133 truck, who as of right now is in 5th place. Two Kevin Harvick Incorporated trucks come in 3rd and 4th in the points, and that would be the 120 and the 133, and they're both in the top 5 in the early going right now. The 120 almost made a pass. Great run through turns 1 and 2. 133 running down the pole sitter in the 50 of Kluver. Gets underneath him into turn 3. Kluver really crowding him. That Old Spice truck down on the bottom is trying to hold on. A little contact off the exit of the corner. Now we'll ride with the 120 truck, who's a little bit further up ahead. And into turns 1 and 2 they go. The 133 is up to 4th. Learning the pass on Kluver. Chase Montgomery continues to lead. Big block going into turn 3. 120 of John Hamilton looking to make a pass. Trying to get underneath the 2nd place truck of Brandon Witt. Now he'll get to the outside down the front straightaway. Going to try to arc off turns 1 and 2 as much as he possibly can. Down to the bottom underneath Witt in the middle of the corner. Side by side for 2nd on the backstretch, but Witt gets a better drive off. And Hamilton will have to sit behind him again. And now Witt overdrives turns 3 and 4. Gives up the bottom lane. Hamilton on the inside. And clear off turn 4. Aggressive pass. But a pass nevertheless, and now we'll see where Kevin Harvick's at further back in the field in the 92 truck, and currently he is in 34th. About where he started this race. Makes a quick pass on the 135 truck. Might get Harvick into the top 30, up to 31st. Probably not quite going to catch any of the trucks in front of him this next lap. We'll go back to Ron Hornaday in the 6 truck following this lap. And never mind, I guess Harvick did make a pass. Oh, he almost turned Ricky Craven, the points leader. And overdrives turns 1 and 2. A little bit costly. And now we'll go to the 6 of Hornaday. As Craven at the back after wrecking earlier. Tried to make his way through the field. Harvick about turned him off turn 4 that last lap. Hornaday still back in the 15th place position, looking to make a pass. Really low off turn 2. He's looking to send it into 3. Well, he had the room to be able to do so. Into the corner. Side by side, Hornaday has the advantage down low, getting side drafted on the front straightaway and down into turn 1. He overdrives the corner into the wall again. It's the second time Hornaday has done that today. And now he's stuck on the outside and he'll lose a few positions. That's very unfortunate. And the truck's even tighter than what it was after he hit the wall like that earlier in the race, just after lap 20. Call up Allgaier, pluck Gregson from colleague. Ooh, that was a big block by Bobby Hamilton Sr. He was not clear. And Hornaday's underneath him on the back straightaway. That definitely hurt the 04 truck a little more than it hurt the 6. Deborah Renshaw all over the back of Hornaday, going to try to follow him on that inside lane to get by the 04 of Bobby Hamilton Sr. Hornaday down low on the inside of turns 1 and 2, trying to make another pass for position on the 153. Renshaw's all over the back of Hornaday on the backstretch, heading towards turn 3. On Hornaday, a little less than 6.5 seconds back of the race lead right now. About as far back as he has been in this race interval-wise of race leader Chase Montgomery so far. Going back to NASCAR Heat, I don't plan on it. NASCAR 21 Ignition, on the other hand, I will be having another stream of that on Sunday. Next Cup race is at Road America, and my next Cup race on NASCAR 21 Ignition is at Road America. Oh my goodness. That was on the, so that was a little bit on both race trucks there. Getting hooked together off turn 2 of Terry Cook and Ron Hornaday. First, the 6 truck of Hornaday got into the left rear corner panel of Cook. And after he had moved him up out of the way, Hornaday was underneath him, and then Cook almost seemed like he hooked the right rear of Hornaday, almost in a retaliation. That allowed Deborah Renshaw to get by both drivers for 15th, and Hornaday's got to get back by the 8 again for position. Not going to be able to do it there. Yeah, I've done enough content with the NASCAR Heat series that I don't feel like going back. I did more than what I was originally planning on doing with that game, to be completely honest. Look at Renshaw throwing a major block on the inside. Hornaday could not get underneath her. Both closing in on the 153 truck just up ahead. Well, halfway on fuel, just past lap 50. It should be a 1 pit stop race today, and it's going to be happening right around the halfway mark. Well, if you win the NASCAR Fantasy League, you can definitely do that. 2 tickets to any NASCAR race of your choosing in 2023, excluding the Daytona 500. There's a good chance I'll be able to go out to that race as well. I did last year with the Fontana race. Inside Uranus had picked. 153 really did not enter turns 3 and 4 well. The 8 truck of Deborah Renshaw got held up behind him and allowed for Hornaday to get by both trucks in turns 3 and 4, and he's up to 14th. Still about 6.3 seconds off the race lead, though. But race high position-wise for Hornaday in the early going. It is the truth. What about doing the old NASCAR heat? No plans on it right now, but I wouldn't say never for that. Pocono? I mean, you have to win the Fantasy League first. I mean, you can't. I'm not just going to, like, go out of my will. I can't do that for everybody. But if you earn it winning the Fantasy League, heck yeah. Did it last year, I'll do it again next year. Well, I mean, that's the plan. That's why we're doing the contest. Got to win the regular season or playoff championship. And if you win both, then you get 2 different races you can pick from. Obviously, a lot of clean air right now for the leaders. So it's kind of hard to tell if Hornaday is quick enough. It's really going to be that battle for track position. I think whoever has the lead after a couple laps following a restart, it's going to be difficult to get around trucks. That's probably why Chase Montgomery has led quite a few laps in the early going of tonight's race. You live in Pennsylvania? Nice. That your home track, I'm guessing? Contact getting into turn 1. Hornaday overdrove turn 1, went a bit wide just as the truck had made a bold move on the outside. That was the worst time for him to do that because then Bobby Hamilton Sr. just passed him and now Renshaw's underneath him as well. Brandon Witt is just taking the lead away from the 18 truck of Chase Montgomery on a long green flag run. Pretty impressive for Witt. He has now just led his first lap of the race today. That'll be 5 bonus points for him. 60 laps completed the Milwaukee Mile so far. 140 laps still to go. One caution that was back at lap number 13 in the early going of the race when points leader Ricky Craven, who was running in second, spun off the exit of turn 4, hit the inside pit wall, retaining wall head on, and also smacked the rear of the truck into the wall as well, and he has been towards the back of the field ever since. So he's in danger of losing that points lead today. McCoy, welcome to the stream. Hopefully I said your name correctly. Ever NASCAR sim racing or only the arcade stuff? Yeah, I've never tried. I mean, I have tried it before, but not like at my house. NASCAR Hall of Fame has some iRacing simulators in there. That's the only time I have tried it. Well, that, and then also there's a NASCAR, I guess, theme park or go-kart track park in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, and they also have racing simulators. I've been in those before too. The one time, well, one of the couple times I was down there. But anyway, the first time I was there when I was like 15, spent the whole day at that place. Not the whole day in the racing simulator, but at that facility, and like an hour or so in the racing simulator. So I have been in them a couple times. But as far as this channel goes, I haven't done it. I just don't want to spend the money on a rig right now. Yeah, slow truck on the inside of the racetrack heading towards turn 3. Gets sideswiped by another truck going into the corner. He's trying to make his way to pit road. That's another spot for Hornaday. Moves him up to 13th, and hopefully we don't get a caution. It looks like the field's getting stacked up in the middle of turns 3 and 4. Not too far behind Hornaday with the lap truck that just blew an engine. I should say lead lap truck that just blew an engine. So issues there. Stacking up the back half of the field a little more. A lot of breathing room behind Hornaday now. Probably Renshaw and Hamilton and those guys behind him that got held up. They live close to Nazareth. So does Michael Turner. That's pretty cool. You guys living in the same area. And obviously, the main focus of the channel, Decoy, is the live race commentary for real races on the NASCAR race weekend. Can't do it this weekend because I'm going to the Mid-Ohio race for the IndyCar series on Sunday afternoon. So no live commentary of this Sunday's Cup race, but next Sunday, as well as the Xfinity race the following Saturday, I will be doing live commentary for those events. Big slide job by Hornaday on the 9 truck of Shigeki Hattori, and he'll throw a big block on the backstretch to stay in front of him into 3. That was an aggressive but yet perfect move from Hornaday. Never made contact in the process of both the slide job and the block, trying to make sure the 9 truck wasn't going to cross him over on the backstretch. Textbook pass there from the 6. Oh, we got another truck blowing up. It's the 30 of Chad Chafin who is now blowing an engine. He's trying to get to the inside of the racetrack into turn 3. And Hornaday's going to pick up another spot because of it, moving up to 11th. And Hattori gets held up behind. So 2 drivers inside the top 10 have blown engines just a couple laps apart from each other. Moving Hornaday up 2 spots in the running order pretty easily there. And Chafin has made it to pit road. We continue to stay green flag conditions. And Hornaday's got a shot to get inside the top 10 for the first time tonight. Again, he's only led 1 lap in the last 3 races combined. The lap traffic that the leaders have had to deal with at all in this race yet today either. Hornaday was 6.5 seconds back at one point. Now he's only about 5.5 seconds off the race lead. And right in line behind the truck in front of him in a battle for 10th. Down to the inside he goes. Middle of turns 1 and 2. Gonna side draft, but he's gonna try to pass this truck cleanly into turns 3 and 4. Continues to stay on that left rear corner panel. He's going to be blocked going into the corner, though, and he will not be able to make the pass that time. Definitely not going to try to make the pass in turns 1 and 2 on entry. Although he got underneath him. Bad block. And he'll make the pass for 10th. Clear on the back straightaway. That was a move by the 139 truck that did not work out. He tried to squeeze Hornaday and he cost it himself. Basically moving himself further up the track off the front bumper of the 6. That was the textbook accidental bump and run from Hornaday, but he had no fault of that. Michigan International Speedway is the closest track that the Cup Series race is at. That's closest to me, but Mid-Ohio is also only about an hour and a half. They're very similar in distance. Only one's south of where I live, and the other one's northwest of where I live. They overdrove turns 1 and 2 just a little bit. Almost looked like he diamonded the corner off that time. Eldora is only a couple hours south of me, but obviously the trucks don't race there anymore, at least currently. That's also in my home state of Ohio. I'll be there in a couple weeks for the King's Royal. Good chance, at least. World of Outlaws show. Well, there's no traffic around Hornaday. He's definitely seemingly running faster than the leaders. Again, everybody will have to make it to lap 100 on fuel to be able to try to then make it to the end of the race. With the few caution laps they ran, it'll be easier this first run to be able to make it to halfway. So that also makes you wonder, do these guys have enough fuel to the end? And will this be a fuel mileage race here tonight? It very well could be. Hornaday only 4.7 seconds off the lead, and perhaps the leaders are battling with each other as well, holding everybody up. Hornaday continuing to pick off drivers. He's in 10th. He's got a big run on the front straightaway into turns 1 and 2. He's going to get underneath another truck side by side for position, and he is going to make the pass. I do think the 6 truck of Hornaday is getting better as this long run continues from the restart at lap number 16. And he may get underneath the 22 of Bill Lester as well through 3 and 4. He does. He rubs into him. An aggressive pass to get around Lester on the front straightaway, but up to 8th nonetheless is Hornaday. Oh, he overdrove turn 1, though, into the inside wall. He's going to give that spot back up. Both of them, in fact. And he's back into 10th again. That backfired quick. That is what I'd like to call karma on Hornaday. Turns 1 and 2. Got it on the 110 truck rather cleanly last time. He will this time. Clear in the back straightaway. Throwing a little bit of a block, but a clean one at that. Clear into turns 3 and 4. And back to trying to run down the 8th place truck of Bill Lester again. Lester did not get a drive off turn 4 and actually lost a little bit of touch from the truck in front of him. Hornaday is going to make the dive in turns 1 and 2 on the bottom of the track to get underneath Lester, and again he gets into him. Side by side for position into turns 3 and 4. And Hornaday's clear in the 8th place, no mistake this time in making the pass. Lester looking low on the back stretch, but he's a little too far back of Hornaday to try and make a pass. Hornaday with a deep dive in the middle of 3 and 4. Into turns 3 and 4, trying to make a pass for 7th place. Big run for the 6. He's on the outside into turn 1. Gonna try to back the corner up. Big time crossover. What a move by Hornaday. He's easily gonna be able to clear him for 7th off the exit of turn 2. He's cleared by about a truck length and a half, maybe more. 4.2 seconds off the race lead at lap 85 going into turns 3 and 4 as Brandon Witt continues to lead. Took the lead away at around lap 60 from Chase Montgomery. He's led every lap since. So Montgomery has led the most so far. 1/8 of a tank of fuel left right now for the 6 truck of Hornaday. Will he get to the halfway mark on fuel? Again, this could potentially be a fuel mileage race here tonight at the Milwaukee Mile. This could definitely make things very, very interesting. Gonna need a fast stop if it is just gonna be a one-stop race today. May need a caution in the second half of this race, though, just like we had in the first half, for that to be the case. For these drivers to make it on one stop. If we see anybody pitting before the halfway mark, it's going to be very difficult for them to make it to the finish. Pit 6. I don't want to do that. That's too soon. Definitely got to stretch this out as long as possible because got to try to make this on one pit stop if at all possible, especially if other trucks are going to be able to do so. Hornaday's just slowly been closing in on Brandon Witt. He was 6.5 seconds back before they got about halfway through the fuel and tire stint. Hornaday started to catch back up to the 38. He wasn't losing any more time and got it to within 3.3 seconds. A little less than that, about 3.1 seconds back at the start-finish line. Lap traffic in front of some of these trucks now. The 119 is a lap down. Hornaday to the inside of him. And yep, the 119 truck was a lap down. Big run for Hornaday. He's going to get underneath the truck into turns 3 and 4. This is for 6. Slides up the track, but not clear. And off the exit of the corner, now he's clear. Great pass. Wasted no time. 2.9 seconds off the lead. He might get into the top 5 before we get to green flag pit stops. Todd Kluver right in front of him, the 133 truck just up ahead as well. And we're going to have that 133 truck back off just a little bit. Team orders may allow for Hornaday to make a pass on him very quickly. Hornaday to the outside of the 50 truck of Kluver into turn 1. Going to try that undercut move. Kluver was there to try and block. Hornaday moves him up off the bottom. He sideswipes him and he's up to 5th. An aggressive move. And here comes the team orders in play now. And the 6 of Hornaday's cleared for 4th as he gets by the 133. 2.2 seconds off the lead. It's amazing what speed this 6 truck has in the back half of the fuel and tire stint. Curious as to if he's going to make any adjustment changes during the pit stop. That is looming. And now he's underneath Chase Montgomery, who dominated the race until he got past halfway through the fuel and tire stint. He's lost the leaders a little bit. Hornaday on the inside of him. Side-by-side 4 position. Through 3 and 4. Hornaday shuts the door on him, and he's clear off turn 4 for 3rd. I don't think Montgomery liked that either. Nobody has pitted yet. Lap 94. I'm not sure how much further Hornaday could go on fuel. I think he's going to be short. I don't think he's going to be able to make it on one stop. Continues to stay out, as does most of the field. They could be saving fuel as well, as another reason why Hornaday has been closing in so much during this run. 1.5 seconds off the lead and a lot of heavy lap traffic. Is not too much further ahead of the top 2 of John Hamilton and Brandon Witt. Hornaday staying out another lap. Going to try to have Hamilton back off just a little bit and allow for Hornaday to close in on him because of team orders. This could get Hornaday to 2nd place. Lap truck of the 92 of Kevin Harvick just up ahead. He's also looking like he's going to back up just a little bit. Hornaday's going to stay out one more lap. Hornaday is going to stay out one more lap off the exit of turn 4. A lot of trucks pitting at lap 96. Hornaday's up to 2nd. Race leader stayed out of the pits that last time. Contact between Harvick and Hornaday getting into turn 1. 2 teammates, and of course Harvick owns the 6 truck as well. And Hornaday's going to pit this time. He doesn't think he can go another lap on fuel. So Hornaday will pit at lap 97. Really doesn't want to risk running out of gas at this racetrack and give up what has been a great run so far. And on to pit road he goes. 4 tires and fuel. No adjustments for Ron Hornaday in the 6 as he is on pit road. And this is the money stop. So it looks like Hornaday is going to be short on fuel to the end of the race and is going to need a caution at some point. Try and get back into it. 110 truck was in. Hornaday with a clean stop. And as he's trying to get up to speed, he's side by side with the 110. Oh, he almost loses it on cold tires. That was a moment off of turn 2. Luckily, the 110 was able to just let him in line. Oh, he almost got turned. Hornaday taking a little bit to get up to speed. And pitting before the 38 truck while he was a second and a half off the lead. That might be enough for Hornaday to get to the lead. Especially depending on how long the 38 stays out. But the problem is Brandon Witt stayed out long enough. I think he's going to make it on just one stop. A lot of drivers, it's not looking like that. And one of them is our driver, Ryan Hornaday, in the 6, unfortunately. We are halfway home in tonight's race. Time for tonight's trivia question on the channel. Who is the only driver to win at the Milwaukee Mile in the NASCAR Truck Series starting outside the top 5? So again, only one driver in NASCAR history has started outside the top 5 and has won at the Milwaukee Mile in a Truck Series race. Who is that driver? I will give you guys a hint at lap 110 if you can't get it by then. And at lap 115, I will give you the answer if nobody gets it by then. Hornaday underneath Bill Lester in the 22 truck. There'll be a pass for position. Lester's already cycled out of the pits. Some of the leaders still have to hit pit road. It's amazing how far some of these guys have been able to go. Another pass for position looks like it's going to be made by Hornaday. And who will cycle back to the lead when the time comes? You know the 119 truck just ahead of the 6 right now is a lap down. It's not Mike Skinner, not Ted Musgrave, and you do get unlimited guesses in the chat as well tonight for the trivia question. And who is the only Truck Series driver to win after starting outside the top 5 at the Milwaukee Mile? Hornaday trying to be the first one to start outside the top 10 and win at the Milwaukee Mile. He didn't practice or qualify, so he started at the tail end of the field. Hornaday went into the pit 6th, comes out in, went in 2nd, came out 6th. So somehow Hornaday lost about 4 seconds on pit road. I'm not sure exactly how. Mark DeMar's got it. Jack Sprague is the answer to tonight's trivia question. Jack Sprague is the only driver to win a NASCAR Truck Series race at the Milwaukee Mile starting outside the top 5. He started in the 8th place position. So again, no driver has ever started outside the top 10 and has won at the Milwaukee Mile in the Truck Series. Hornaday trying to be the first today. It's amazing that 8th is as far back as anybody has started to win at this racetrack in a 200-lap race. The hint I was going to give you guys at lap 110, if nobody got it before that, was it was a Truck Series champion. Sprague won 3 Truck Series champions spanning from the late 90s to the early 2000s. All for car owner, or truck owner, I guess, Rick Hendrick. You know, Hornaday's a lot better on speed in the back half of the run. Again, it's interesting, though, because he is going to be short on fuel to the end of this race. There's no way Hornaday's going to be able to make it as he pitted at lap 97. He's going to be about 6-7 laps short, roughly. He's not going to be the only one that's going to be short, but there's going to be quite a few trucks short on fuel to the end of this race. But we know some of them can make it, and pretty easily for that matter. They're getting on 102, 103 laps. Yeah, only one driver started outside the top 5 and has won in the Truck Series at the Milwaukee Mile, and that was Sprague. He started 8th. They had over 10 races there, too. 33 truck is in 5th right now. Try to get team orders to drop him back a little more. And allow for Hornaday to pick some of these spots back up again. Of course, John Hamilton was in third. I'm sure he'll drop back, and Hornaday will be able to pass him with the team orders as well. Hornaday on the inside of his teammate, got into him a little bit. Wasn't a clean pass, but he's up to fifth. So we only had one caution today. It was back at lap 13. Gonna need another one, though, if Hornaday's gonna be able to win this race. I'd say the setup, despite not practicing, pretty good. Especially on the long run. Six truck definitely has long run speed tonight. I said the hint? Yeah, I know. I figured I'd give you guys the hint after the question was already answered. I said the hint was going to be at lap 110 if nobody got it before then. Somebody got it before then, so I figured I'd tell you guys what the hint was going to be anyway. 117 truck is the rival of Ryan Hornaday. He's going to be holding Hornaday up now. Hornaday underneath him, back straightaway. Into turns 3 and 4. Got around him cleanly. Surprised he didn't take a swing at Hornaday that time, especially Hornaday getting into him already earlier, and they came into this race as rivals. Well, the good news is we have a long ways to go yet in this race for us to get a caution. Still over 85 laps remain. The bad news is that Hornaday's going to need a yellow if he's going to actually win this race today, because, again, he will not be able to make it on fuel to the end. It is guaranteed. I know I do full races. Of course I do. It's in the title. Every night. This might be another lap truck right in front of Hornaday. 103 truck. Hornaday gonna get underneath him. Side by side off turn 2. This is a pass per position, by the way, as well. Hornaday up to 4th. John Hamilton's falling back to 3rd. He's the next truck ahead of Hornaday for position. It's going to be interesting to see who all pits. I don't think everybody's going to pit if we see a yellow. Obviously, whoever can't make it on fuel will pit, but maybe other ones who can make it to the end will. To take fresh tires. Track position is going to mean more than anything else. Obviously, Hornaday started at the back. He may have the fastest truck, but it is taking him an awfully long time to try and lead a lap tonight. It's already been over half the race. That's how hard it is to pass at this racetrack. Very flat, one groove. So again, team orders will allow for Hornaday to get by the 120 truck. On the back straight, or front straightaway rather, Hornaday to the outside. It's going to be about the only way you can pass on the outside of Milwaukee's if one of your teammates is just letting you go. And that is the case right here. Hornaday up to 3rd. Goes to the bottom, hooks the inside through turns 1 and 2. 3 and 4 rather, sorry. Let's get around the lap truck. You DNF'd. You have to DNF. Why do you have to? Car handling so bad you can't handle it anymore. Don't have the mental fortitude. Today, 2.6 seconds off the lead, 79 to go. Wants to get the best track position possible, obviously, before a potential caution as well, so he can enter onto pit road in a higher position. So hopefully creates for getting some spots in the pit. So I guess it wasn't the money stop for Hornaday. That wasn't going to be his last one. Ooh, contact got crowded a bit. Off of turn 4 by the 137, and 6 didn't like it, so he just kind of held the truck a little straighter than normal off the exit of the corner just to move that truck a little bit wider and find a pathway around him. Side by side off turn 4, he got held tight off the exit of the corner that time too. Those are both lap trucks too that were doing that to Hornaday. Little contact getting into turn 1. Hornaday just didn't want to hit that inside wall. It's been a while since he's been side by side on entry into turn 1. Constantly watching the interval on the right side of the screen. And Hornaday slowly but surely closing in on the leaders. Still has 2 trucks per position ahead of him yet. A lot of lap trucks yet between himself and race leader Brandon Witt also. Inside. This is a truck. One of his allies, the 82. Well, I don't sit here all day doing full races. I mean, I only do it once a day. Usually. And if I do a doubleheader, usually they're shorter races to begin with. I don't get tired. I mean, this race is probably only going to be an hour and a half to 2 hours. The Cup Series races could be a little longer, but I can usually keep myself entertained enough, though. It's not bad by any means. Hornaday 2 seconds off the lead. Ooh, contact. He tried to pull off that undercut move again, and he timed it a little too early, and now he may get stuck on the outside lane. Well, not quite. He's able to get back down to the bottom quickly. Lost 0.3 of a second that corner alone. Some of the leaders just up ahead of him. And we'll alternate through the other drivers, and we'll start back with the 133 truck in 4th. Not too far behind the 6 of Hornaday. And he's going to get underneath him here, and Hornaday's going to lose a spot. Wow, really overdrove 1 and 2 way up the track. Big save to keep it off the wall. That's going to drop the 130 truck back to 5th. Big block on the lap truck in the 82. That time as well. We'll go back to Kevin Harvick in the 92 truck, who is already a lap down in 33rd. He's still struggling. Maybe Hornaday's trying to save fuel while we're driving his teammates. And that's why he's starting to seemingly slow up from when we were using him. Gonna need to do something, I guess, other than hope for a caution. If you don't get a caution, it's obviously not gonna work. I did the same thing with Harvick. It's almost like the other trucks kind of turn too easily into the corner, and that's why I keep driving down on the apron as much as I am, especially in turns 1 and 2. 3 and 4, there's no grass, so... Or there's no apron, it's all grass down there. Makes it a little bit harder. Go to the 120 truck again. He's got a lot of pressure from behind. He's going to be 3 wide on the outside, and he's in the wall off the exit of the corner. Trying to file himself back down to the bottom, and does. He has lost positions, but so has Hornaday. Hornaday's back to 8th now. These guys are almost 7 seconds off the lead. Oh, contact! .120 of John Hamilton and Chase Montgomery got together off turn 4. Montgomery almost went for a spill. Trying to make it with 1 fewer stop. I mean, I guess that's the plan. We'll go back to Ron Hornaday for the rest of this race. 8th place is where Hornaday has fallen to now. He's got a big run on John Hamilton. He'll get around him on the outside. Not going to complete the pass into turn 3. Hamilton's letting his teammate go again. Perhaps trying to save fuel to the end. Hornaday clear. On the bottom into turns 1 and 2. And up to 7th. There's the interesting fact of the day. I would not have been able to tell you that, Mark. Looks like Todd Kluver's just taking the lead. First time since starting on the pole earlier in the race. So he's taking it away from Brandon Witt. Hornaday trying to hang on. Gets around the lap truck in the 82. 6.9 seconds off the lead, though, is Hornaday. This late in the race. Way on the inside as Montgomery drives it in deep. He almost scraped the inside wall going into turns 1 and 2. Definitely overdrove the corner. So did the 6 of Hornaday. Hornaday 7.2 seconds back now. I'm just hoping we get a caution, so I don't run out of fuel, but I don't know that we're going to get one exactly. We'll see when Hornaday hits halfway on fuel. On exactly if he can make it or not. And he pitted at lap 97. Which means he would have made his way off of pit road. Lap 98. Which would have left 103 laps to go. Lap 145 at the line, 56 to go as we run right now. So to have a shot to make it to the end, he's going to have about 51 or 52 laps remaining. When the estimated fuel tank hits halfway. And we have 55 to go right now. Hasn't gotten there yet. Long string of a line of trucks right in front of the 6 of Hornaday currently. 6.6 seconds off the lead. He's struggling to get around Chase Montgomery here recently. Got underneath him, and then Montgomery really squeezed him after that. And that's a pass for position. Contact with Montgomery getting into the corner. Halfway on fuel right now for Hornaday. Kind of upset with Montgomery. $50 to go next time by. We'll be 3/4 of the way home. Tonight's 200 lap, 200 mile race at the Milwaukee Mile. Ken Hornaday just less than 6.5 seconds off the lead. I will say, it doesn't seem like Clover is running the same pace Brandon Witt was earlier when Witt was leading. Montgomery holding up the inside lane. Way down on the bottom is Hornaday. Little contact above him. Getting into the corner, and Hornaday goes 3 wide to the inside, trying to make a pass on a couple trucks that are already a lap down or two. All those trucks on the outside were a lap down. Facing the Kraken in the playoffs. What is happening to Brandon Witt right now? He's only 4.5 seconds above the race leader. Of course, Kluver was the leader, but now it's Witt again. Looks like the 92 truck of Kevin Harvick is starting to hold up a group of race trucks going into turns 1 and 2. And Kluver is one of those trucks. 3 wide to the inside goes Hornaday. Look at the ground he's gaining. Harvick is helping him out one way or another. 3 wide into turn 3. Hornaday up to second as he's clear off turn 2. Turn 4, rather. 4.1 seconds off the lead. And his teammate has definitely helped him out big time there. Teammate, team owner. Harvick's like, well, if I'm a lap down outside the top 30, I might as well try to help one of my trucks win. Hornaday just picked up 6 positions in 1 lap. Not the only way you're ever going to do that at Milwaukee. Or most racetracks for that matter. Hornaday's definitely running faster laps right now than race leader Brandon Witt. Hornaday turned it on in the second half of the run in that first fuel and tire stint of the race, and he's doing it again here in the second fuel and tire stint. It looked like there was trouble in turns 1 and 2 that last lap, but no caution came out for it, unfortunately. So we continue to stay green. I say unfortunately because Hornaday's seeming like he's going to be a few laps short on fuel to the end of this race. Next truck ahead of Hornaday is a rival. Probably going to make Hornaday's life a little bit harder. Just 40 laps to go. Hornaday 3 seconds off the lead. And charging as Witt may be struggling with the lap trucks. A rival right in front of Hornaday as we run. It's going to be pretty tough to get around him, I'd have to imagine. Definitely being held up into turns 1 and 2. A little tighter in the dirty air as the 6 of Hornaday. Got blocked big time, but he got around him. One way to do it, I guess. Big dive into 1 and 2. Oh, Hornaday just got into another truck. Hornaday being aggressive right now. He needs to get up through here. He doesn't want to be held up by lap trucks anymore. Can't start saving fuel to the end if he's not in the lead. Or at least close enough that he feels he can battle for it. A little more clean air in front of him right now will help. Yeah, I do full races. I don't know why you keep asking that. We're going to alternate through the different camera angles one final time in today's race. About the next half a dozen laps. Great corner through 1 and 2 that time for Hornaday. About a tenth quicker than race leader Brandon Witt. Just in that corner alone. That kind of pace, he'll catch him eventually. He's definitely going to have to continuously run a pace quick enough to be able to do that. Nathan Elliott, welcome to the stream. Do I have enough fuel? I don't think so. There are a lot of trucks that are going to be short to the end. Not all of them. I don't know if Brandon Witt's going to have enough to the end of the race. I think he does. It's insane considering the pace he did run at the very beginning of the race. He has definitely led the most laps so far tonight. Great corner through 1 and 2. He's starting to back up turn 1 a little bit better, and that's why he's able to roll the middle of the corner. That and the truck may be just loosening up over time, which is also allowing him to be able to pull this maneuver off a bit easier. Another lap truck just up ahead. Hornaday's only been as close as about a second and a half off the lead at one point today. And he just overdrove turn 1. That's definitely going to cost him a little bit of time. Went from 2.1 seconds off the lead to 2.5 seconds off the lead. That corner alone lost 0.4 of a second. I think that's the third time he's clipped the inside wall today on corner entry, though it has been over 100 laps since the last time he's done it. He's starting to get on a good little hot streak there, just hitting his marks. Quarter tank of fuel left with 30 laps to go. Hornaday definitely not going to make it to the end. Even if he saves, he was looking to be about 3 to 4 laps short. I just don't see us being able to save that much under green flag conditions. Really banking on there being a caution, but so far that just has not been the case. Hornaday towards the outside into turn 1. Trying a little bit of an undercut move. Going to get underneath the lap truck through turns 1 and 2. Going to side draft him. He wants to pass him clean, but he doesn't get the good drive off. Lost about 1/10 of a second that corner trying to make the pass that he was not able to make. This lap truck is starting to hold Hornaday up just a little bit. And definitely longer than what Hornaday would want him to hold him up. In turns 1 and 2, Hornaday underneath him again. Side drafts him off the exit of turn 2. Gonna stay really low into 3. Maybe a little too low. He's trying to get around him cleanly. Surprised he stuck the corner as low as he was. He clipped the grass with the left side tires that time. Slides clear in the middle of 1 and 2. Definitely going to be a fuel-only stop under green flag conditions for Hornaday when the time comes. 26 to go currently. 2 seconds off the race lead. And he is running a lot quicker than Brandon Witt right now, and I think Witt's being held up by another lap truck potentially. 1.8 seconds off the lead on the back straightaway. It was 2.4 seconds actually right when Hornaday was behind that lap truck. Went a little bit faster through 3 and 4 that last time again. Hornaday backing up turns 1 and 2. Trying to find a second wind. He'd like to at least get 5 bonus points for leading a lap before he has to pit. If at all possible. And will we see a late yellow? We've seen a lot of late yellows in all 3 series with this game through this season / seasons. Hornaday only 1.4 seconds off the lead. This is as close as he has been to race leader Brandon Witt all night long. Starting to get a lot more consistent, hooking that inside lane all the way through the corner, down to 1.2 seconds at the line. Oh, and he made another mistake. From the inside wall to the outside wall, just like that. Just chopped off a truck, and now he's just costing himself even more. What a terrible turn of events that was. And now he's over 4 seconds off the lead again. That might have cost him any shot to catch Witt. Cut it down to 1.2 seconds, and that might have been it. And Montgomery also got by for second. .21 laps to go at the Milwaukee Mile. He's getting blocked by this lap truck again. Oh, we got somebody slow off turn 4, and the field started checking up. I think Brandon Witt got checked up too, because he's only 1.3 seconds ahead of Hornaday now. Caution's out! With 20 to go, the yellow flag is out for the second time today, and that changes everything. I think somebody might have ran into the lap truck. Oh no, they just lost control on their own in turns 3 and 4. The 106, no contact, he just lost it in the middle of the corner. Well, that's going to be a game changer there, and now Hornaday can pit. Who else is going to pit? Hornaday comes in. He'll be taking 4 tires and fuel. Going to take that round of wedge out of the race truck to try and loosen it up just a hair. Actually going to bump up the air pressure 2 pounds and just take a half a round of wedge out. So definitely making major adjustments to loosen the truck up. Second stop of the day. I did not think that was going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. Do I play with driving aids on? Obviously not, if you saw what happened moments ago. Oh, geez. Fuel only. I'm going 4 tires. I don't know how many trucks pit. I think the majority of the field stayed out, thinking that they can make it now. Maybe Hornaday could have made it with that caution, but we'll see. I'm not sure how many trucks are going to be on the lead lap. Hornaday's definitely going to have fresher tires, but he is going to be towards the tail of the field. I don't think many trucks hit pit road that time. Well, here we go. Green flag's going to be back in the air at the Milwaukee Mile following our second caution of the day. He'll be 16th on the restart, but all the lap trucks will be on the inside of the lead lap trucks as well, as the green flag is back in the air at Milwaukee. And try to team orders to see if the field's going to get backed up at all. Well, they're definitely getting backed up. Three wide into turn 1. Hornaday wants room. Harvick's not letting him go, though. And this is just ridiculous at the back of the pack right now. They picking up ground finally on fresher tires. But what's going to matter more, fresher tires or track position at the end of this race? Down to the bottom goes Hornaday, 3 wide on the inside into turn 1. Oh, almost 4 wide, and they're about to crash. Oh, 1 truck up and over goes John Hamilton. No caution through that. I don't know how there was no yellow there. 4 wide into turn 1 in Milwaukee. That did not work. No yellow, we stay green. My goodness. Toxic Punk Young Boy, welcome to the stream. I'm surprised more trucks didn't pit, though, to be completely honest. And it's definitely, again, a tough racetrack to pass on. Track position seems to be more than anything else. I don't know why these lap trucks keep blocking me like they are. And it's kind of making me upset. It's starting to slowly get on my nerves now. Hornaday has had a great truck all day. Got to within 1.2 seconds of the lead finally, moments before that caution came out. And now he's back at 15th, but he had to pit because he was going to be short on fuel to the end. Up to 14th in turns 1 and 2. This 6 truck got extremely tight after that hit into the outside wall and a couple other trucks. So they were 4 wide. Maybe there's going to be another yellow late that could cause another bunch up of the field. Lap trucks will be at the rear of it all. If we get a caution now, as we have just 10 laps to go. Chase Montgomery back in the lead, has gotten around Brandon Witt a few laps after the restart. Side by side for 13th. Hornaday and Renshaw. Hornaday makes the pass on Deborah. Gets into Terry Cook. Got squeezed in the middle of the corner. Everybody's ramping up the aggressiveness in the final 20 laps following this late race restart. One truck a lap, I can win. The problem is, though, I'm 6.1 seconds off the lead, and there are a lot of lap trucks still between us and the leader as well. I think I'll be lucky to get a top 5. Even top 10, perhaps, at that moment. Hornaday's definitely faster than the leaders on these tires, but there's just way too much traffic in front of him. We get to the outside of the 99. Ricky Craven, that is the points leader. He had problems earlier in the race. Hornaday going to cross him over, pass it for position. At least he's ahead of the points leader. Still no laps led, though, for the 6 of Hornaday. 5.5 seconds off the lead. In 11th. Get a caution too late, though. We're only going to have a couple laps to go if we get a yellow at this point. Plus, the yellow could end the race if we get less than 5 laps to go. Hornaday almost overdrove it into the inside wall again. Off the exit of turn 2, hangs on to it on the inside. Pretty good drive off, all things considered. Block throw one of the rivals. Hornaday on the outside. A lot of these trucks he's getting around are lap trucks. Another rival just up ahead. 5 laps to go at the Milwaukee Mile. One truck into the inside wall and then into a truck on the outside, nearly causing a late accident. Hornaday with the deep dive. Make a pass for position. 4 to go. Great corner by Hornaday. All these trucks he's been passing have been lap trucks, though. Three wide. Now he's in the top 10. Pass made on Hattori for ninth. 2 laps to go at the line. And it looks like the 18 truck of Chase Montgomery is pulling away. Hattori into the inside wall and up into the outside wall. I could say Hornaday's done that a few times a day. 4 to be exact. And we'll see if the 6 truck can pass anybody else for position. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go. This will be the final lap of the race. And Chase Montgomery is light years ahead of the second place truck right now, all things considered. And he's going to steal this win away from the guy who led the most laps in this race today, the 38 of Brandon Witt. Last corner for Hornaday to try and catch anybody in front of him. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. And he'll end up getting back inside the top 10, but he lost out on a potential chance to win in tonight's race. Needed a caution. I think it just came out a little too late. Checkered flag in the air, a 2-second margin of victory for Chase Montgomery in the 18 truck for Bobby Hamilton Racing, and that will be Montgomery's first win of the season. So congratulations to him getting his first win of the year. He is now the 8th different winner of this Truck Series season through the first 11 races. Brandon Witt ends up finishing in 2nd. Zach Van Dyke finishes in 3rd. Bobby Hamilton Sr. 4th, and Todd Kluver, who actually started 2nd, not on the pole today, ended up rounding out the top 5. Claiborne finishes 6th. George Teague 7th. Cleveland 9th. Cleveland 8th. Ron Hornaday 9th. And Eubanks ends up rounding out the top 10. I don't know how I led a lap. I did not lead a lap today. But I guess the game's going to award me 5 bonus points regardless. So that's nice. But Ron Hornaday did not lead a lap. Marvin Sheff, he led 15 from the pole. He finishes in 12th. Outside the top 10, John Hamilton finished 16th. Not a good day overall. Only one of the 4 KHI trucks finished in the top 10, and that was Hornaday in 9th. 16 trucks finished on the lead lap. Kevin Harvick finished a couple laps down in 32nd. We have 4 trucks DNF today. Goldson, Jackson, Chad Chafin, and Bill Lester. All blue engines in today's race. 9 lead changes total. 2 cautions for 6 caution laps. 1 hour, 35 minutes total time on tonight's race. We'll check out the point standings before we get out of here. I'm not sure what the next race is of this season. I think it's at Kansas, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong on that. And it's at Kansas. Yep, 167 laps for the O'Reilly Auto Parts 250. So Kansas Speedway will be the next race in the next racetrack on this NASCAR 6 Truck Series season. Alrighty. Check out the community tab real quick. Tomorrow night's live stream will be starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It'll be back on the Busch Series side of things for NASCAR 06. So NASCAR 6 Busch Series racing tomorrow night. Levi Strauss Signature Speedway for race 16 to 35. Short track on the Busch Series side of things. That will be tomorrow night's live stream in a Do It for Dale Series race. Ricky Craven still the points leader despite the fact that he ended up finishing outside the top 10 today. And of course had that accident while running 2nd in the early going at lap 13. Recovered from where he was to finish on the lead lap in the top half of the field, but unfortunately it still did not pan out well for him. Brandon Witt ends up 2nd place in points after a great day today, finishing 2nd, led the most laps. Chase Montgomery with his win has now cracked the top 5 in the point standings after that first win of the year. Ron Hornaday, he will gain a total of just 19 points on Ricky Craven after today's race, so it's at least a step in the right direction. He is still 10th in points, didn't get any spots specifically with his 9th place finish. I got awarded 5 bonus points for basically nothing, even though I didn't lead a lap. So that's helpful. At least the game is helping me in that way, shape, or form. That feels kind of dirty, though, if I end up winning the championship by less than 5 points. It goes back to that race where I got awarded 5 bonus points for nothing. I'll remember that, too. All right, thanks for everybody tuning in tonight. Thanks for watching. It was a great day of action nonetheless. Kind of a hectic finish there, those final 20 laps following that late race yellow, but Hornaday at least got a top 10. Step in the right direction after 3 straight finishes of 20th or worse. He needed a performance like today. And he got it done. Even though he was deserving of a top 5 run, he had a top 5 truck all day. Maybe had a truck that could have won the race even on those regular tires. He was going to be short on fuel at the end there. Just wasn't managing the fuel mileage as well as the rest of the field. He was the only truck that pitted. And because of so many trucks being a lap down as well, he ended up having to pass every truck in the field if he was going to have a shot to win there at the end, despite restarting 16th, unfortunately. So just didn't work out under the circumstances. I think if we would have had that second caution, which we needed to make it on field at the end, that caution would have came out much sooner. I would have had more time to get through the field. Obviously, I got up to 9th there, and I think I was a few seconds off the lead still. But, you know, if we would have had like 40, 50 laps, I would have felt confident I could have ran him down on those fresh tires. But 20 laps, just not enough. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Like and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. I'll see you guys tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right back on this game for a Do It For Dale Series Busch Series race at the Levi Strauss Signature Speedway. Have a good rest of your Thursday night, everybody.